Hello class, my name is Prince. Today I'll be going over the effects of concurrent resistance and aerobic training on load-bearing performance and the Army physical fitness test. For the next slide, I have the table of contents. For the following slide, I'll be going over concurrent training. So some people may ask, what exactly is concurrent training? So concurrent training can be defined as a combination in both resistance and endurance training. It is also a form of training which all energy systems are being emphasized at some point during a workout program. For the study, I will be going over the concurrent training groups, which are RT plus ET and UB plus ET, which I'll go over that in a little bit. Concurrent training includes high-intensity interval training, which is referred to as HIIT, and also sprint interval training, which is referred to as SIT. Concurrent training can easily be seen in circuit training, which is used for a period of time in the study related to this article. Studies have shown that resistance training and endurance training, or the addition of resistance training alone, has shown a heightened performance on maximal and repetitive box lifting and loaded marching when implemented in the British Army basic training. For the next slide, I'll go over the cohorts. So for this study, there were 35 physically active males who are in active duty in the U.S. Army. Subjects volunteered and provided informed consent prior to the study. All subjects were screened and proceeded to have no medical history preventing them from volunteering in the study. The subjects were fed, housed, trained, and tested on the base at the U.S. Army Natick Research and Engineering Center, which is in Natick, Massachusetts. 4 training groups consisted of resistance training plus endurance training, which is RT plus ET, upper body plus endurance training, which is UB plus ET, resistance training only, which is RT, and endurance training only, which is ET. For the training program, exercise was performed 4 days per week, Monday through Thursday. All sessions were individually supervised. Endurance training started at 8 o'clock a.m. Resistance training workout started at 1 o'clock p.m. Combined resistance training plus endurance training and upper body plus resistance training waited approximately 5 to 6 hours after their endurance workout to perform resistance training. All subjects completed 100% of the training sessions. Resistance training programs consisted of varied workouts within each week, for example, nonlinear periodization. Endurance training consisted of long distance and sprint interval training, which is referred to as SIT. No injuries were observed during the study aside from a participant dropping out due to an acute hernia in the endurance training group. The Army physical fitness test performance responded positively to training. All groups improved push-up performance and reps during 2-minute testing. Groups with resistance training showed large gains in push-up categories, approximately 35 to 43%, whereas endurance training showed approximately 18% increase. All groups increased sit-up performance, including repetitions in 2-minute testing, and all groups showed decreased times in unloaded 2-mile run time and testing. There were no changes observed for heart rate or ratings of perceived exertion immediately after the 2-mile loaded run. For the results continue, only groups performing concurrent training showed significant improvements in time to competition. Only 2 groups performing resistance training, which involved multi-joint exercises for the legs, showed significant increased jump height, which was RT plus ET and resistance training or RT. All groups performing endurance training decreased their percentage body fat, whereas all groups performing resistance training increased fat-free mass. For the next slide, I have the sources, and that is going to complete my study. Thank you.